Good morning, students. Today we'll learn the figures of speech. Students, you have already learnt the types of figures of speech, simile, and personification in your last class. Today we'll learn two more types of figures of speech, that is metaphor and alliteration. Before Before learning metaphor and alliteration, we once again will recall what is figures of speech and what is simile, what are the examples of simile, and what is personification, what are the examples of personification, and also with that we will learn metaphor and alliteration. Students, what is figure of speech? A figure of speech is a word or a phrase that is used in a non-literal way to create an effect. So children, what is figure of speech? A figure of speech is a word or a phrase that is used in a non-literal way. Non-literal way means what? Not using or taking words in their usual or most basic sense. Okay. Taking the words in different manner just to create an effect, just to attract the readers or listeners. Okay, it is a word or a phrase that is used in a different way to attract the listener. Or a figure of speech is a word or a phrase using figurative language. So what do you mean by figurative language? So figurative language means language that has other meaning than its normal definition. Okay, which has different meaning than its normal definition. Students, I have told you all, so a figure of speech is a word or a phrase that is used to attract the attract the readers or listeners. See here students, for example, he is as tall as mountain. Instead of telling he is tall, okay students, instead of telling he is tall, so telling he is tall is a simple way. But if we tell he is as tall as a mountain, so it attracts the readers or listener. What we will do? We will suddenly listen to that sentence. We will easily get attracted by that sentence. And one more sentence. She is at the peak of her career. Okay. Instead of telling she is at the highest point of her career. If we say she is at the peak of her career, then it attracts the readers or listeners. So now we'll see the types of figures of speech. So first one you have already learnt, that is simile. So students, what is simile? A simile is a figure of speech that directly compares two things using words such as like or as. So students, a simile, it is a figure of speech, okay, that directly compares two things. Two things are directly compared using words such as like or as. So, if there is a like or as and two things are compared, then it is a simile. Students, now we'll go through the examples. So, examples. Life is like a chocolate box. Life is like a box of chocolates. So life and box of chocolates, two things are compared here. So two things are compared. Life is like chocolate box. Life is compared to box of chocolates. So next example, students, their cheeks are like roses. So here cheeks are compared to roses. So cheeks are red like roses. Okay, cheeks are compared to roses. So I have also told you all that two things are directly compared using like or as. If there is a like or if there is as, then what it is? It is a simile. So one more example, student. Today I am feeling as fresh as a daisy. Here in this sentence, a person is compared to daisy. Okay, he is feeling fresh as daisy. So this is simile. John runs as fast as lightning. Okay, so running of John is compared to lightning. So lightning is very quick. So how he runs? How he runs? John runs as fast as lightning. So they have used as. So this is a simile. Okay, it is a simile. So what is simile, children? A simile is a figure of speech that directly compares two things using words such as like or as. Okay, two things are compared. Okay, ಎರಡು ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಹೋಲಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಏನು ಲೈಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಆಸ್ ನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, children, have you all understood? So next we'll go for metaphor. So what is metaphor, children? A figure of speech containing an implied comparison. Implied means indirectly. Okay, not in a direct manner, indirect manner. A figure of speech containing an implied comparison. Also, metaphor suggests what something is like by comparing it with something else with similar character. So, what metaphor suggests? It suggests that one thing, okay, one thing is compared with something other but which has similar character, which has same characters. ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. Okay. Examples, your brain is a computer. Okay. So brain here, brain is compared to computer. Okay, here also metaphor, it is comparison between two things, indirect comparison. Here in a metaphor, like sorry, or as is not used, but they are indirectly comparing two things. Children, in the first sentence, brain is compared to computer. Okay, so comparing something with similar character to something else. Okay, in the next sentence, he is a walking dictionary. So here in the second sentence, he, a person, is compared to dictionary. Okay, means he has complete knowledge. Okay, so in dictionary you will have different meanings. You will find you can gain knowledge through the dictionary. So a person, he is like a dictionary. Okay, life is a roller caster. Okay, life is a roller caster. Life is full of ups and downs, means life is full of difficulties also and also happiness. So life is compared to roller caster. Roller caster, how it comes up and down, in the same way life also is a roller caster. Sometimes we have difficulties and sometimes we have happiness. So life is compared to roller caster. He is a shining star. Okay, in this sentence a person is compared to star. Okay, compared to shining star. Okay, a person is a shining star. Understood, children? What is figure of speech? A figure of speech is a figure of speech containing an indirect comparison is a metaphor. Okay, so it suggests something is like by comparing it with something else with similar character. So next we'll go for personification. What is personification? Personification means the attribution of a personal nature or human characteristics to something non-human. Okay, the comparison of a personal nature or human characteristics, the comparison of human characteristics to something non-human. Okay, when you go through the example you can understand what is personification. Okay, I can see that news travels quickly. So listen here, children. News travels quickly. Okay, travels, it is the action of a human being. Okay, it is action of a human being. It is not the action of news. Okay, so this action of human being is given to news. So this sentence is a personification. Okay, children. Next one. The sun peeked happily from behind a cloud. The sun peeked. Peeked means looking. Okay. Peeked means looking. So the sun peeked. Peeked, it is also the action of human being which is given to the sun. So this sentence is a personification. Next, the angry sky roared and lightning around. The angry sky. Angry. It is also a character of a human being. The character of a human being is given to sky. So, this sentence is a personification. Okay, children. So, next, the trees danced back and forth in the wind. Trees danced. The trees danced. Okay, danced. It is also action of human being which is given to the trees. So, this sentence is what? Personification. Okay, the comparison of a personal nature or human characteristics to something non-human. If in the sentence human characteristics is compared to something non-human, then that sentence is a personification. Okay, understood, children? Next, we'll go for alliteration. What is alliteration? An alliteration is the repetition of usually initial consonant sounds in two or more neighboring words or syllables. So, alliteration, it is the repetition of initial consonant sounds. So listen, children, though when you go through the example, if you feel you will feel that it is a repetition of consonants, but it is not the repetition of consonant, but it is the repetition of initial consonant sounds. Okay, maybe between two or more neighboring words. Okay, between two or more neighboring words. So now for example, children, see here, the big bad bear scared all the baby bunnies by the bushes. Okay, the big bad bear scared all the baby bunnies by the bushes. Okay, the consonant sound b. The consonant sound b is repeated in this example. So this is an alliteration. Okay. So next example, shut the shutters before the banging sound makes you shudder. Okay. Here the repetition of consonant sound sh. Shut the shutters before the banging sound makes you shudder. Here repetition of sh sound is repeated. So this is an alliteration. Gary grumpily gathered the garbage. Okay. Here also the repetition of G sound or the repetition of G sound. So here there is repetition of G sound or G sound. So this sentence is an alliteration. So next children, Kim came to help us cut out a colorful kite for Chris. So here also the repetition of consonant sound k. Okay. So this what it is? It is an alliteration. So once again children, what is alliteration? An alliteration is the repetition of usual consonant sounds in two or more neighboring words or syllables. Thank you children. Hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, please contact me.